So what do you say to these people? These people are super cold. For example, like you could even just Google professionals in your city, like city name real estate agents, city name financial planners, and you'll find different professionals in your city that would be perfect for your business. So you try to small talk with them first, like, how long have you been doing this for? How long have you been working at your job for? What do you like best about it? Anything you would change about it? Anything you don't like about this industry? Get to know their why. Do you have family in this area? What do you like doing for fun? And then you ask them, do you keep your options open when it comes to making money? Or you can say, are you open to working on a side project or a side business? And if they say yes, you could continue with that. If you haven't already figured out their why, you can ask them later with something like, how much would you be interested in making per month? How much do you want to make per month? Then you say, well, what would you want to do with that money? And that will tell you their why. Once you figure out what they want to do with that money, then you know what their motivation is. After that, it's just about exposures. So you just exposing them to different sort of events or tools. The reason why most people get upset is the majority of people will not join on the first exposure. So you call your best friend, you take them to one event, and they don't join. And most people are just absolutely devastated. They want to quit. This doesn't work. Nobody wants to do it. But the reality is, most people don't join the first time they see it. It has to be multiple exposures. If you can show people 2 exposures, then the chances of them joining are much higher. When you get to 3, it gets even higher. If they get up to 7 exposures, then 80% of people that get to that point will join your team. But you'll find that a lot of people will join by like the 2nd or 3rd exposure. So what are exposures? Exposures could be a 3-way call with your upline or your sponsor. The way to do a 3-way call is you edify the people above you. So let's say you're new to this business, and so you don't know that much about this business. You don't really know how to explain the company. You're not really sure how to answer people's questions. What you do is you push that prospect to your upline. So whoever I'm talking to, if they start asking me questions, I'll be like, okay, hold on a second. I'm going to introduce you to the 6-figure earner from my company who does the exact same industry as you. He can explain this business much better than I can, so he can answer your questions properly. I don't want to tell you the wrong information. And so I'll pass them into a 3-way call with that person so they can answer those questions for them. Also, the more people that person talks to within this company, the more real the company is to them. Because them taking your word for it may not be enough for them to invest into this business. You can take them to a biz op meeting or an open house, like the hotel meetings and the conference rooms. You can take them to a home meeting. You could do a one-on-one at Starbucks. You could do a 2-on-1 at Starbucks with your upline. You can show them different tools, like you can give them a DVD for your company, a CD for your company, show them your corporate website, show them some online videos, give them a magazine, brochure, demonstrate the products, give them some samples. So these all count as exposures. So showing them a sample would be count as one exposure. Then you brought them to a home meeting, and that would be the 2nd exposure. You bring them to a company meeting, that would be the 3rd exposure. And so the goal is to just get people educated about this business and let them decide for themselves whether it's for them or not. We never try to convince people. We just show them what this business is and let them decide for themselves. Because if you try to convince people to this business, they'll convince themselves out very, very quickly. What you want are people that are self-motivated, that are volunteering to do this business hardcore, because the real money doesn't come from recruiting. The real money and the real residual money comes from bringing on business partners that are going to break this business open for you. And that's how you succeed in this industry. So now we're going to talk about objections. This is one of the hardest parts about this industry for new people, because it's hugely discouraging when people have to deal with objections for the first time. So let's talk about some universal ways to deal with any objection. One way is called feel, felt, found. So no matter what they say, you say, yeah, I feel what you're saying. I used to feel the same way. And what I found was, so for example, if somebody says, I don't have any money. Oh, cool, I definitely can feel what you're saying. I used to feel the same way. But what I found was, if I didn't do something different in my life, I would always have this problem of not having enough money. So I really, when I saw this company, I found out that this company is the best way I've seen of making extra income in my spare time without having to leave my job. So I get to keep my job and try to replace my income, or at least supplement my income through this industry. If I could show you that, would you be open to taking a look? Okay? Because people like to be heard. People don't like to be convinced. Another way to answer anyone's objection is no matter what they say, you can say, I don't know about that, but I get some tax advantages, I make some extra money, I get to hang out with some really cool people. So no matter what they say negative about your company, that's something you can say to everybody. So here's the most important part about dealing with objections. It's not necessarily what you say, it's more about your posture. The reason why new people can't overcome people's objections is not because they don't know what to say, it's because they don't have any posture. So what does it mean to have posture? Just like dating, people don't like to be with people that are desperate. So just like business, when you are doing business, you're not attracting people if people think that you are desperate for them to join. Because if your business was truly successful, then you don't really need them. So what people are doing sometimes is that when they give you objections, they're watching your response. Whether it's consciously or more often subconsciously, they're throwing out objections to test your reserve. So when people throw things at you and you're unshakable, because you know in your heart that your company is real, that eventually you're gonna make a huge success for yourself, then you don't need them. When you have a whole list of 500 people you need to call still, then you do not care whether this person joins or not, and they can sense it. When you don't need them, that's when they want to join you. So how can you express posture before you have it? Because it's hard to get confidence in posture when you first start. One way you can do it is just agree with people. So, for example, if somebody were to say to you, "Oh, I can't do this business," you can say, "Yeah, you're probably right. I don't think you can do it." And I've tried that before. The first time I tried that, so it was my friend. She was like, I showed her the products and did the whole home party demonstration, and she was like, I can't do this. I was like, yeah, you're right. You probably can't. And the first time she said, yeah, I can. Yes, I can. Right away she said that to me. Then I just said, okay. So these things work. Try it. Try it. One person said to me, I was like in the middle of making dozens of calls, and I had tons of more calls to make, and I just wasn't in the mood. And one person was being super negative over the phone. He was just like, nobody in this industry makes any money. It's a complete scam, and you're not going to succeed at all. You're not going to make any money in this company. I said, yeah, maybe. And he says, but you're still doing it anyways. I go, yeah. And then he goes, okay, well, maybe I can send you some referrals then. That's literally how it went. And then he proceeded to give me his phone numbers for his friends that do network marketing. It was the weirdest thing ever. Because what I really wanted to do is just to hang up. Because I'm not interested in talking to people that are that negative. I just want to hang up. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time trying to convince people that are negative. Just move forward. Don't waste your energy on people that are negative. So I was just trying to hang up. But it ended up working because of posture.